Cars Direct. Today we're going to spend some time with one of our favorites. It's a 2005 Porsche Cayenne Turbo. Under the hood here you got a 4.5 liter V8. It is a twin turbocharged version of that motor. They do use the non-turbo form in the S model, but turbo being the big dog, everything under here looks brand new. These are very powerful. It's 450 horsepower. It's 450 foot-pounds of torque. It's routed to a 6-speed automatic inside, which has the Tiptronic manual shift function, and then that is routed to all 4 wheels. It's a full-time 4-wheel drive system. You got a height adjustable suspension. Extremely sporting on the racetrack. That really is not a joke, but you know, it's still a 5-passenger sport utility. It's got 67,000 miles on it, but this is really in immaculate condition, which makes it a tremendous value. But let's take a look at it, show you why. Let's walk around this just to give you an idea of condition. There's really no damage on the car. There's a couple light stone chips. I'm going to see if I can point some of them out because I don't even think the camera's going to be able to get them. But just to point out in the front here, everything is perfect. And the reason that is because they had a 3M clear coat shield put on here. We had that removed ourselves because it basically is doing its job by preserving the front end, which it's absolutely done here. You can see the silver grates here. This is the aluminum look front end grille. That is an option on the car. You do have front and rear park sensors, as well as the aluminum skid plate under there. Now headlight wise, it's got a pop-up washer here for the bi-xenon headlamps, which the lenses look brand new. This being clear, that was replaced. Easy to replace if you should so want to give it some more color pigmentation. Alright, 20-inch Sport Tech wheel on here. These are Yokohama tires. Size on these is 275/45 R20. Good tire. You can see the painted crest there in the center of the wheel. Red brake calipers indicative of the turbo model. Up here's a little stone chip. Nope, I take that back. That's adhesive. Nice. Okay, not a stone chip. Down the driver's side though, you know, rear tires, same Yokohama, same size wheel. These are a little bit wider. They're 275/45 R20. Actually, they're not wider. They're just offset different. But around to the back, everything's proper. Cayenne Turbo badging, the wiper, everything's in excellent condition. Park sensors across the rear. They did upgrade the exhaust on here. Now you got a customized exhaust, but this basically took the shield off so you can actually see the exhaust system under there. I have not driven this car, so I'm really excited to see how it sounds. You also have a factory trailer hitch there. That is the Porsche factory hitch. But back around the passenger side, it's all the same. Here, this is legit. That's a stone chip right there. And there's a little tiny one with it, probably both that happen at the exact same time. Look up here too. Got the aluminum look roof rails, which are excellent. But the paint almost looks wet. The car's in such great condition. Very impressive. In the back you got a 2-piece tailgate. You got just the retractable easy access window, or when you go full tilt, you have a full hatch that opens. This cargo cover, everything came with it. You got the dog cage there, as I call it, cargo cover. We do have a full set of the factory floor mats at the rears and the fronts. And the only real wear I can note on the interior is this stain here. But we actually have this scheduled to get it dyed, so you won't even see it by the time you get the car. But below the floorboard, brand new condition, untouched spare. Got the gray leather interior on here. You do have a dual power seat setup with lumbar and also 3-position memory. We're on the loading height right now. You got an adjustable height suspension, so I'm just going to step in. I actually step down into it when it's in this setting, but very sporting driving position. Porsche is known for their ergonomics, and you got a great set of gauges out here, plus a full informational display right dead center of that whole assembly. But power tilt and telescope steering wheel. You can see obviously pushing it a little bit away from me. And you got the left side ignition, of course, which if anybody can tell me why it's on the left side, you get a bonus point. But then checking on the door here, you got a little bit of extra carbon fiber trim. You got this on the door and also the handles in here. And then the badge there for the gorgeous and wonderful Bose sound system. Behind the wheel of the Cayenne Turbo, you can really have a sense of an extraordinary quality. Everything's very rock solid, laid out, ergonomically sound. As I stated, the gauges are fantastic, but the steering wheel is a larger diameter. You do have multifunction controls here, as well as the Tiptronic paddle shifters. But you've got, you know, your traditional stuff. You got a rear wiper in back. But up here on the center stack, you've got the heated seats for both the front occupants. You do have heated seats for the rear occupants as well, which is another option. PSM, Porsche Stability Management. That is your traction and stability control, off and on real easy. Now here you have the phenomenal Bose sound system that goes through PCM. Now this is PCM, Porsche Communications Management with navigation. You can see the navigation right there. You have a single slot CD here, as you can see, but the Bose sound system is fantastic. It's, I believe, rated at 360 watts in here, and it has a subwoofer in the rear, which gives you a pretty amazing sound. Some of the neater details in here, I do like the fact that it has the aluminum trim. I think that goes much better with the gray leather. You can see the leather stitching up here. But you do have the carbon fiber handles on the door and also on the center console, the O handles, and the carbon fiber shifter here for the Tiptronic 6-speed automatic. In the center here, you'll find the adjustment for the adjustable suspension. It's on comfort right now. You can click it into normal or click it right into sport. Sport ride's pretty hard, normal ride's pretty normal, and comfort's a little bit more wallowy. It's better on the highway, I will say. I usually drive this car. There's 5 suspension settings. You've got loading height, low height, normal ride height, basically raised ride height, and then off-road ride height. And then above my head here you have a factory power moonroof with an Alcantara headliner. Aside from the extra exhaust sound, this does not feel as if it has half the miles on it. You know, it says 67 on it. That totally blows my mind, because it's, I mean, the turbos kick in at 1800 RPMs. I mean, that's like what they tuned them to do at the factory. It sounds so good, but just, you know, loafing around the neighborhood, it's comfy, it's smooth, it's, you know, the 3 height adjustable suspension you got here is very, very nice to have. Nice comfy cruise. But you can tell this car came from a home that knew how to care for this car. A lot of times you see these cars that they've been so lightly driven that the engines are just, I mean, they've really been worn through not really being put through their paces. It's like, you know, it's like taking a world star athlete and making them sit the bench for a season and seeing how they come out, you know, slugging next season, and you know, you're not going to have the same performance. I'm not sure if that's the analogy I'm looking for, but I think we get the gist of it. But it's just really impressive. I have to say, it's a very, very impressive car. I just want to really stress how healthy this truck is. So I'm rolling along in first gear. I'm going to punch it. I'm going to let it bust off a couple shifts, but you tell me if it sounds any different from a brand new truck. First gear, and here we go. And the brakes here, Porsche brakes. There goes my stuff. Jeez, so awesome. What a healthy truck. Alright, we're actually in a different location today. We're actually at my house, believe it or not. We're in my driveway, but I really wanted to just stress, Dave and I took a ride. We had the camera with us, so we figured we should just shoot a little bit here, but I actually want to drive it. The reason it's at my house is I want to drive it for a couple of days. I'm almost trying to see if I can get anything to break so that before we make sure it goes off to its new home, you know, anything that could go wrong with it would go wrong with it in my care. But I have to give this an A+. Whoever had this really drove it. It is the fastest Cayenne I'm pretty sure I've ever driven. I've driven the Turbo S, I've driven, we just had the Cayenne Power Package. I don't know if it was chipped. If it was, I don't know. But the exhaust is a huge add. But drivability is amazing. 67,000 miles. I think I could finally put my stamp on this thing. But I do have the copy of the AutoCheck and Carfax Vehicle History Report. The score is 89 and 2-owner car, which wouldn't shock me on 05. But they're squeaky clean. No bad history. And I do have the full window sticker here, which just has incredible options, which I'll show you right here on the screen, of course. But take a look at this thing on our website. You'll find us at chicagocarsdirect.com, where you're going to see better than 60 pictures of this Cayenne Turbo. And then when you're done there, check out the rest of our YouTube channel. You'll find that at youtube.com/chicagocarsdirect. Thanks for having some fun with us today, and we'll see you next time.